Petrov told me.
The reason that Midnight's house is so hot
Petrov
is
said
because
combat
Midnight's
mode
mum
was
is there.
programmed into the bots during construction. He couldn't possibly have reprogrammed them all.
I wonder where you were
himself.
going with that, to be honest.
And why is that?
Because Petrov was a pussy. He was a programmer, not a fighter. But these robots
I mean,
know how to fight.
how does this get
He
very
couldn't
hot if there's a
program them because
cannabis
he doesn't
grower
know
in
the
them?
first
I
thing
know
about
that.
combat. That Natasha was armed with fucking
Midnight's
missiles.
mum is growing cannabis.
Get him, huh? It's a construction robot. Petrov
It's
couldn't have
more
armed it with
safe for
missile
work than the
launchers.
other
He's not an engineer. He couldn't have hacked into the robot plant and started changing shit around. He fooled the central hub and
What, do they live in a volcano?
were an invading
I
enemy.
was
That's
going
it.
to say as well.
So
If
why
she's
would
very
a
attractive,
construction
like
bot
it'd
have
get
built-in missile
the
launchers?
house would get
Why would a
warmer if there's a lot of
civilian
people
troop have a
there, and I'll
damn
just leave it
railgun? Or
there.
an Alvarov, that sick shithead, that fucking truth
That
lover.
is true.
School him. So much blood spilt just because he made the sprouts mutate.
I highly doubt that Petrov had such a result in mind. He is not a geneticist or a plant breeder, and could not have foreseen all the consequences of the malfunction.
Then why the hell did he do it? So many people are dead, and the ones with sprouts for heads had to get killed twice. First by the robots, then by me.
Morally speaking, Petrov's action cannot be justified. We are in complete agreement in that regard.
Fuck Petrov, he's dead. I feel bad for all those people. I stayed in the service.
I'm
after
glad
the
I'm
war
not
to stop
fighting
this
all this
kind
shit
of thing
because
again.
just the amount of bullets it would have took to get through that bridge if I didn't just run would be ridiculous.
Charles, why does everyone want those rings so bad?
But as a result, the amount of loot that you've now lost and will never get back is also ridiculous.
So nobody can prove they're out there, not even Collective after the launch.
Especially not Collective after the launch. For Collective, anyone connected via the beta connectors
This is why Midnight hates me in
But they'll be able to
Resi,
see Collective.
because I stand and kill everything,
able to influence Collective from the inside.
because you get whipped
Since
from
they
killing
won't
the things.
exist for Collective, but they will know about everything that happens inside it, just like any officially connected human or robot.
But can't an officially
So my
connected
RPG
human or
brain
robot disconnect from
turns
Collective
on
if
and
they
says,
want?
kill
They can
everything,
just
get
take their
loot.
thought device off, right?
I believe so, yes.
Meanwhile,
Believe
Midnight's sitting
so.
there having
So you're
played the
not
thing
sure?
100
Or is there
times
something you're
and
not telling me?
No data, comrade.
knows that they're all
But
endless.
no one can stop a person from removing his or her thought device. It's worn on the head, not implanted in the skull.
That's good, I guess. Charles, no one can force somebody into Collective, right? Petrov was wrong about that.
Not entirely.
What do you mean, not entirely? If I'm not a member of Collective, how can Collective find out about me?
It's alright, the reason why I'm being quiet at the minute is because there's a big lore dump going on at the minute.
The robot identifies you as a human.
Yeah, I'm not
You are
reading
not
it.
wearing a thought device. The robot fails to receive mental commands from you in response to its queries.
So it realizes I'm not in Collective and tells the others about it. Then what? They'll start giving me shit about it?
Essentially, yes.
But I can just put my thought on, walk past the bot and do everything I'm supposed to do, then take the thought off, right?
Essentially, yes.
Then why is everyone so hot and bothered about the rings?
I can't say for sure. Perhaps it's an issue of convenience. Thought devices need to be reconfigured every time they are put on. A ring can be taken off and put back on without inconvenience.
There's gotta be more to it than that. Charles, the U.S. is constantly introducing sanctions against our civilian robots. Why do they do that? Do they suspect something?
The U.S. government clearly has certain suspicions, or at least concerns.
Yeah, it's their job to be concerned about their country's security. But they don't have any hard evidence. That means they don't really have a leg to stand on, right?
Indeed. That is precisely why Petrov caused the malfunction.
Right? He wanted to show the world that our civi-bots have a combat mode, fine. But the Americans don't know that. So what are the sanctions for?
The American government is using the sanctions to find a middle ground between the needs of the capitalists and the growing discontent of the working class.
You mean American working stiffs want to get our bots banned because they're taking their factory jobs, and the capitalists want to get more free robots so they can get rid of all the workers once and for all?
Quite right. The American government is feeling pressure from both sides. So the sanctions remain moderate without banning robots entirely. They merely set quotas on importing them.
So why does the Soviet Union give a shit? Who cares if the Americans sanction us? They're the ones stopping themselves from getting rid of the working class. Well, good. We're all about the workers.
The more restrictions they place on the import and use of robots, the fewer of our robots will be located in key parts of the American government when Collective launches.
So the Soviet government wants there to be as many of our civilian robots in the US as possible when they activate combat mode. That'll make it that much easier to take over the country. I gotta admit, it makes sense.
So, what I've just understood, I'm just going to pause there. So what I understood from that massive, massive lore dump is that the thought devices can't just simply be taken off and on without calibration every time you put them back on. So it's obviously something that's not convenient for someone that doesn't wish to be in Collective but needs to for certain reasons. The difference is, and the reason why everyone's after the rings is because they can simply, as far as I'm aware, be taken on and off at will, no calibration or anything required, which means people can dip in and out of Collective, which I assume, and this is conspiracy bullshit going, it's going to eventually try to become something where something like Sechenov would be the ultimate god and lord over everybody and basically control them through the commands. Like, although it's meant to be that humans can command the robots, I think it probably would go that the rings like overlord everything and essentially try to make himself like a one true deity type figure.
Like Sauron. One ring to rule them all.
Two, actually. Well, it's 2 rings this time, but yeah. Because Charles was explaining how the rings work as connectors, and those who were equipped with the rings when Collectives launched technically don't exist, and they're invisible to Collective, but can see and interact with it. That's peculiar. That's really peculiar.
Charles, what is this place? I mean,
Right,
what is
I'm
this
going now
complex
to have
even for?
nightmares
The
about film
Pavlov complex is the
Okay,
origin of
see ya.
Okay, see you later, Ben.
3826
Enjoy the nightmares.
biological innovations.
Bye-bye.
Unique experiments
See ya.
are conducted here.
I was AFK for a
Everything
minute
from
at the
breeding
start,
new
and I think
species
they
of
think I'm
farm
friendly,
animals
so
to
I guess I'm
developing
stuck
new
being
space
friendly.
exploration technology.
Outer
I'm trying to do an
space.
achievement
You mean
where
the
I
red moon overs here, not
need to
shallow
get
man.
people to max PK and
Space
then down them,
exploration
so
is
technically I
about
don't
more
need to
than
kill
just
them.
vehicles. A spaceship and
So
rovers
technically
will, of course,
I
be
can be
required.
friendly.
But what then? What about after humans reach the Red Planet?
You mean they breed animals from Mars here?
Among other things, yes. In addition to breeding new species of animals suitable for Martian conditions, Soviet science is looking for ways to bolster man's ability to exist on Mars.
So what, they're gonna give us gills so we can swim in gas oceans?
Gas oceans are on Jupiter. Mars features low temperatures and lethal hurricanes. But you're basically correct. The
I should
capabilities
nod
of your
at them
species
just
have
so they
yet to
can...
be fully studied.
So the latest medical breakthroughs, new life support systems, all came from here.
Shit!
Indeed, Captain.
So many geniuses worked here for the good of all mankind. And now they're gone. Goddamn fuck!
Okay.
I don't know why, but there's sudden rock music and I approve. I approve. Oh! Aye. So, anyhow, D-Show, if you're still here, I'm assuming you're being distracted by young'uns. But, if you are here, how are you doing? Hey, that was just a loot room. Cool. I'll take it. Shit. Oh, God. He's the last one. Shit, Kalashnikov.
Don't know why.
Don't think the music is still meant to be playing at this point, but you know what? Take it. Right, let's get through this door quickly.
Match deja vu. I just did a match where everyone had toolboxes and flashlights and possibly a medkit. And now I've got a match where everyone has toolboxes. It's 2 toolboxes as well, both matches. Someone has a flashlight and then someone has a medkit. I don't think it's the same survivors, but it is the same items and the same number, which is weird. and I didn't pay attention to the names of the survivors, so for all I know, it could be the same survivors.
It could be, yeah.
I would kind of feel bad because I think it's a Swift, I don't know, but even if they're not a Swift, they're definitely trying to play, they're trying to be Bully Squad,
yeah.
And I'm sitting there being a friendly killer, so they're essentially wasting their items.
Well, no, because they'll retain it. They'll retain everything, won't they?
They keep the items, but not the add-ons.
Yeah.
So one of them had a brand new parts.
Saving data.
Holy shit. Oh, fuck. No, no, let me out. Thank you.
Saving data.
That's a problem. That's a big room and nope.
I think I just had the funniest adrenaline proc ever.
Go on.
So,
Authorization.
I'm playing as the Plague. I had Max Pukey on Ania. I just smacked her, but she was going into the closet. So, like, she went into the closet and then stepped back out and then fell over. Then immediately stood back up because the last gen was finished at that instant. And then I just smacked her again and knocked her down. I stood there for a second, like, just looking at her for a second, and then just smacked her. Get back down, bitch.
Plus, you made the value of it pretty shit, too.
Yep. It's like, wow, you stood back up for a whole second. There you go, back down to the ground. I won't tunnel you to death, though, because I'm not that mean. It's go time, bitches.
Damn fuck! Easy now.
Never mind. Never mind. The second I turn to start fighting, I just get ripped.